Well, I guess the first part of the symbolic journey is the idea itself that it's worth aiming for something valuable. Right? So that's the first transcendental idea. There's something valuable you could aim at. Okay, it's a hypothesis. And you say, well, if there is something valuable to aim at, then what might it be? Well, you have to consult with yourself to discover what that is. And then you start to pursue it, let's say. And then you find that when you pursue it, obstacles arise and things that you don't know manifest themselves, things that you don't understand. Well, what do you do in a situation like that? You give up? You stop pursuing the goal? Well, there's a couple of possibilities. You can modify your goal a bit because maybe you were wrong. Mm-hmm. So that's a thing to keep in mind with this setting, with the establishment of values and the elaboration of a vision. You start out with a provisional vision, but you should also always think subject to modification if necessary. Because as you move forward and gain experience and knowledge, then your ability to formulate a vision is going to grow. So you want to have the vision, but you don't want to grip it so tightly. Then you become a kind of utopian ideologue, something like that. You want to think, well, I think this is better than what I've got, and I'll move towards it, but I'm willing to alter my viewpoint and I'm willing to learn as I go. So you hit an obstacle, you hit things you don't understand, you modify your vision maybe, or you explore the things you don't understand that are getting in your way, and you build the world as a consequence of that exploration. You build yourself, you build the world out of what you explore. And then that there's more of you then, there's more to you then, there's more to your vision. And that's really, in some sense, that's the simplest possible way of construing the hero's journey, is that you confront what's unknown, you establish something of value, you proceed towards it, you confront what manifests itself as unknown on the way, you learn from that, you reconfigure the structure, and you repeat. And sometimes that's going to mean you take yourself apart to some degree, because you move ahead, you think, I've got this goal, I can do it. You implement it and you find out, no, that's a little too lofty, that goal for me. I failed. I'm not quite who I thought I was. I have to take myself apart painfully, put myself back together, try a little less ambitious aim, and repeat. That's okay. That's okay. That's all part of the same process. The probability that you can aim at what you should be aiming at in your current state, especially if your current state isn't very good, is low. And I do this when I'm writing. It's like, well, we'll do a bad first draft. There's nothing better than a bad first draft.
Shitty
terrible
first
draft. And you can do that. I do this with my students when I'm talking to them about writing their thesis. It's like, I said, look, you're going to be afraid of writing your thesis, for sure, because it's a developmental milestone, Go home, write the worst PhD thesis you can in 3 days. And if you hit an obstacle, just jump over it. Write down, I hit an obstacle here, I don't know what to say, and go on. And just lay it out, sketch it out, And they come back and they say, hey, that really worked. I mean, I can write a really bad PhD thesis. It's like, okay, good. Sketch the thing out. Well, now go fix it up. Well, I can fix it up. It's like, well, keep doing that until it's good enough. And goal setting or the establishment of a vision is like that. The first thing you need to know is that you need to have a vision. It's like the second thing you need to know is your vision isn't going to be very clear. It's like, okay, no problem. Do it badly. You can do that. And then make some progress and then revise. Progress, revision, progress, revision, progress, revision.
Yes.
That's fine. Right. Well, to lay out a vision of yourself as a weak failure 5 years down the road should be sufficient, and to really think through what that means, right? You're sick of yourself, you're bitter, you're resentful, you're angry, you're physically ill, you're depressed, you're anxious, you're hopeless, and you're of no use to anyone. So you're also making not just yourself miserable, but you're actively setting out to make the people around you miserable because you're so angry, and you're not good for them. It's like, then you think that through. Is that the way that I want to live my life, minute to minute, hour to hour, day to day? It's like, hopefully, if you really think that through and you allow yourself to feel it, then you think, no, how about we don't do that? That sounds like a bad idea. We'll just not go there.